What's your traders? Last call of the day. Take a look here at Bitcoin, Ethereum. We'll take a look here at gold, silver, and crude oil and natural gas. All right, this video is for information only, not a recommendation to buy, selling stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas, along with the EIA report for crude oil. Alrighty, here we have Bitcoin, your daily chart. Okay, now we can see here how we have this descending situation. High, lower, high, in a series of low, lower, and lower situation. Okay, so this is, let me just bigger up a little bit for you, get it nice and clear. Okay, now you can see here we made this low here all the way down to this, what do we got here? What am I looking at here? Okay, yeah. 98,155 level. Okay, so basically what we're really watching here was that 99,250. This is what we have to watch on a closing basis, is right here is that 99.9. Okay, so now we start losing this area. We want to go right to the left of the chart here. There's that 98,615 level, and then we just come venture right on down here. Your next level is going to be 96,780 level. If it keeps right on going, and then we'll come right to the top of that candle at 94,745. And then we venture down to this one at 91,970 level. Okay, and then we always look to the left of the chart here. You got 89.20. That's what we're going to be looking for. Okay, and now again, we got big test area all the way down here. We had the double bottom at 74,000, but let's just take one level at a time. Now, if we can hold that key price channel at that 99,250 on a closing basis, that would be pretty good. But this is the key right here that we want to hold, is that 99.90. Now, here on the upside, well, we got to get back here, okay? So we want to go back there, okay? So now we just do in reverse, okay? 106.10, that's your resistance level. Then we'll come up to the bottom of that candle, 101.20 level. But right here is going to be the key, is going to be that 8-day. See how that 8-day is just forcing it right on down? When you lose that 8-day, you go to the catch-all 21-day. See how that's forcing it down? But we got a waterfall situation going here now, okay? So you got to be very, very careful. So for me today, BITI was a trade, which is basically short Bitcoin. Okay, so again, if we can get above all this level right here, then again, the big target is going to be right here. Is going to be that 104,264, but we got to get above that 8-day in order to do that. Now, when the futures open at 6, this 8-day is not going to be at 102,590, 119. This is going to be lower, so always remember that. Okay, got to get back above that. Then we have your 200-day sitting at 104,264. Then we come to the top of yesterday's candle, 105,635. And then we're looking here for that 107,158, which is your 21-day. Now, we get above that, we come to the top of that candle, 107,900 level. We'll come to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 109,300 level. Then we come to the bottom there. You're looking at 109,820. And then we venture all the way up here to the top of that candle at 111,290. But your big boy is 112,334 level. And your 100-day is sitting at 113,546. But right now, your price is below all your simple moving averages, and believe me, that is not a good look for a long position. Now, the key is, can it hold that key price channel on a closing basis, 99,250? I say again, if we just watch the bottom of that candle at that 99.90, that's going to be very, very crucial that we do that. If not, all we have to do is see we have the price channel. All we do is look to the top of those price channels, and that's going to be all your support levels here going all the way on down until we hit this bad boy right here at that 89.20 level. Okay, now we look at the RSI. This is not oversold. This has plenty of room to go on the downside. The green is below your red. So we can work this thing down here farther, but let's just be patient with it. Right now, I just have the short going on BITI, and I'm going to see if we can close above this here, 99.20, and then we have to see 250. Then we have to see exactly what happens here when the futures open, and basically tonight. Now remember, if you're trading IBIT for the long, or BITX for the long, or BITI for a short, all these trade 24 hours a day, starting at 8 o'clock at night, trade all the way till 8 o'clock at night there on a Friday. Okay, let's take a look here at Ethereum. Alrighty, here we have the old Ethereum. Now we're getting close here to the old retest. Okay, so right there, as you're looking at, is 29.45. What do I have on there? I got the wrong signal. Sorry about that. Let me just get the Ethereum back here again. Sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. I got to put the slash before the ETH, okay? Anyway, pretty much the same kind of a chart, okay? So here we are. We're looking for that 3073 level, okay? That's where we're looking at, 3073. Now, we lose that, you're going to come right here to this 3064 level, okay? And that's going to be very key. Now, if we start losing that area there, then what we're going to do is there's a gap right here. If you look at the bottom of that candle, okay, you got 29.25, and we look to the top of that candle at 28.53, okay? So look at the bottom again. That's 29.25. Then that fill is going to be at 28.53. Gap and a fill. Now, again, if we start losing that, we come to the top of this candle, 27.91. And then we'll come to the top of that candle at 27.51. And then we just follow these candles down, 26.33. We got 25.01 level. We come down here to 22.08, and we can venture all the way down to the bottom of that candle, all the way down to that 13.87. Now, again, I don't believe it's going to go all the way down there. However, the key is going to be holding that price channel, 30.73, and then watch that 200-day at 30.64. Now, the upside here, let me just big this up a little bit for you. You can see here, how we got a waterfall going. Same way with Bitcoin. Your 50-day, 21-day, 8-day, everything is just washing right out. So bottom line, what you have to do is right here is your big resistance at 33.88. Then we'll come to today's high. You're looking at 35.71. Then we're going to be looking for 37.02, kind of a level. Okay, so again, that 8-day is everything. The 21-day is everything. You get above that, then we got the Hondo over here at 38.77, your 50-day, and then we have your retest there at 42.58. But right now, this is not oversold. This could go lower. Same way with this, okay? But again, I'm going to say the same thing with this as you do with Bitcoin. Look for opportunity. If it comes down here and we hold this on a closing basis, 30.73, or even at 30.64 level, that could be a good buying opportunity here to turn this around and go up. Just because we have a declining thing, that doesn't mean that this can't roll back up again. You know what I'm saying? Just like we had here. Okay, so we look at the past. Okay, always look to the past there. See how we had all these declining thing? See that? 8-day, 21-day, all your simple moving average was declining. And then it reversed, and then we took that bad boy up higher. Okay, so always look for opportunity. That's how you make the money. Okay, so bottom line is this. Watch that 8-day. We get above that. Next target is your 21-day. Next target is going to be your 100-day. And then next target is going to be your 50-day. Downside, right there, that 37.30 and 30.64. That is your key levels. If not, we have that gap, that fill, and then just follow the price channels down. Tops of those candles all the way down are your support levels until we get all the way down there. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold and silver. All right, here we have gold and silver. Now, this was actually kind of like a surprise to me today, because when you have these big red markets, okay, and everything's red and everybody's selling, basically, this is just a lot of tax selling. Don't get to, I've been doing this for over 2.5 decades. Don't get your panties in a bunch. You know what I'm saying? This is really not that big deal. Look for opportunity here to go long into the end of the year. That's the key, okay? So I say this so to me, I'm sticking with like the tech trade. That's really always a good trade. Now, GLD was a great trade. I'm out of it, okay? SLV, I'm out of it, okay? And I'll tell you why. Okay, so right here, we popped above here. This was a good trade, and then I left it alone. Now we have this jumped in there yesterday, had a nice good trade, and you can see that topping tail. Okay, when I seen that red topping tail and I see it come down, boom, I take the profits on GLD and I put it in my pocket. Okay, so now what we're watching is today's low, looking at 41.48. Okay, and then we have 40.97. There's your 21-day. We have your 8-day at 40.69. We'll look to the bottom of that candle there at 40.04, and then we have your 50-day at 39.50 and your retest at 39.01. Now, again, just remember when you're trading, it's nothing personal. Okay, all you're doing here, and never have an opinion, don't have any feelings. Okay, you're here to make money. That's it. Okay, now if this would have turned around and it would have kept right on rallying up here, I'm still looking for this here down the road at 43.98. But a lot of times what happens is when you have this nice good rally up, it wants to come down and test support right back at that 21-day or even that 8-day. And if it holds, then that's the time to jump back in it to take it back up. Okay, so for me, money in the pocket, nice, GLD. Now, we only sitting here at 59. It never made it back up here. The green is over your red, so it shows momentum. So let's just see how this shakes out when the futures open there tonight. But right now, when I see that topping tail red candle, boom, I'm out. See you later. Okay, that's it. That's how I look at it. That's how I trade it. Okay, now the 8-day is rolling up nicely. We cross over that 21-day, and that could push that bad boy higher. But let's just see if it comes down and holds it 21-day or that 8-day. That could be a really nice buying opportunity here to take it back up. But eventually, I think you're going to retest that 43.98 and head towards that 4,500. Okay, silver, another great trade. Okay, so this morning here, you can see yesterday the candle went right into the old resistance level right there that we're looking for at 53.76. Now, I'm looking for the 55 area. Didn't quite make it there. Got us high there today, but then I noticed that to pull back. Boom. Right after I made the video this morning, I looked at it and I said, boom, see you later. Okay, on SLV. Okay, then that's how I looked at it. Now, if this rallies back up here and we close right back above that 53.76, I'm in. Or if it sells all the way down and holds that 8-day and 21-day, boom, I'm back in the SLV. Okay, I don't trade this on the short side, gold on the short side. I'm not really called a big gold and silver trader, but what I do is, boom, when I see movement, I'm in and then I'm out. Okay, the key is, this is why you put the chart. This is why I like the price channels. Right there, all I got to do is come across 53.76. You can see right here, double top situation. Okay, you see that? When it spiked right on up. So why am I going to hang around with this? Why am I going to think, oh, I'm in for a long term? Screw that. I'm in there to make money. This is how I do it. Okay, so now here, what we're looking for on the downside is watch the bottom there, 51.98. And we'll look to the top there, 51.13. Look at the bottom there, 50.76. And then we come down to the bottom, 50.15. And then we're looking for that 49.74, your 8-day. And we're looking for that 49.19. Again, so if it comes all the way down here, holds that 8-day or 21-day, that could be, maybe I could jump right back into that trade and take it back higher. Or if it closes above this key level, which is that 53.76, I would jump right back in a trade and we'll take it up to that 54.41 and maybe even 55. Okay, that's how you trade it. That's how you make money. Okay, so never have an opinion. Don't say, oh, I got to be in it. I'm going to add to the position. Screw all that. Take your money, put it in your pocket. I can buy it, always buy it lower. All right, RSI, same thing as here, is with the gold. It came up to the 70 mark, but didn't quite make it. Come right on down. The green is still over your red. So now the key is to this is patience. The key to this is patience. Alrighty, let's take a look here at the old crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil. Now I got the EIA report posted here at the end of the video, but wow, you got a bill of over 6 million barrels, 6.4 actually million barrels. Man, that's like not good. Okay, now you got a huge supply. You got a huge glut going on here. Okay, so just always remember that. Now, what I was looking for here is left shoulder, your head and your right shoulder. It never played out because the right shoulder was just carrying on. I said, oh, finally, screw this. This is not going to go good. And then look at that 50-day, okay, how it held it again. That's how strong. That's why you want to trade the charts. Now, today we put in a lower low and a lower high, and we kind of have like an indecision candle. So what we're watching is yesterday's low, first of all, 58.30. Today's low at 58.12, and then we'll come down to the bottom there at 57.34, and then we have 56.35, and then we have your retest at 55.96. Now we lose that. Here's your target right there at 55.12. Okay, just that simple. Upside, let's see where the 8-day is. 59.72, 21-day, 59.70. So it's still above, but when those futures open tonight, that 8-day is not going to be above. That 8-day is going to cross that 21-day, and when it crosses that 21-day, this is what happens. So just remember that. Okay, so right there, 21-day, 59.70, that's your resistance. 59.72, we get above that, we come to the top of that candle, you're looking at 60.48, and then we're looking for 61.19, which is super strong. Above that, we got the resistance, 62.59, and we have 63.32, your 200-day, and then we have that right there at that 66.42. So right now, we just have a very good declining channel, and I'm really now looking for this 55.96. So I did the video this morning. I told you I was long SEO. I'm still long SEO. And I'll do any kind of a scalping here, you know, on the UCO on the long side. But I can still hold that UCO. If you can do 2 trades at one time, not a problem. Okay, 42, not overbought, oversold. Green still, the green crossed over. It's really not doing a whole lot, but we have this descending situation, okay? So bottom line, what you want to do is just watch today's low. This is what we're going to be trading against when that futures open, 58.12, and watch that high at 59.21. That's what we're going to be trading in when the futures open. All right, take a look here at net gas. All right, here we have natural gas, daily and your weekly chart. I can see here how we have a really nice, good rip-up situation. So today we made this high so far of 4.68. This is your big target up here at that 4.90 that I've been pointing out here for weeks, okay? Now, on the downside here, we got to watch that 8-day. That's going to be very key, 4.41. We lose that, come right down here, 4.27 level. Then we'll come down here. You're looking at that 4.18, and then we just keep venturing on down. That's 4.08, and then we have 4.01 level, and then we come to the top of that candle, 4.86, and then we're looking for the 3.86, and looking at that basically your 21, which is lined up very nice with that candle. Okay, now let's just take a look here at the weekly. I want to show you that weekly. Now here is that 490 level right here. Okay, so now if we get above it, what we're looking for, just go right to the left of the chart here. Your next thing is going to be that roughly that 536 level, which we could hit very nicely. Okay, then we come down here. We look to the bottom of that candle. Okay, so you're looking at the 572 level. We'll come to the bottom there. You're looking at that 621, and then we can come all to that 627, and then we can venture all the way up to that 710 and bring that price channel across. Here you go. Is you got that 760 level. Okay, so we can rally this thing all the way up here. You got a big target up there, 10. I'm not saying that's where it's going to go, but again, right now the key is going to be that 490 level right there. Okay, which is basically right here. That's what we're looking for next, is that 490, and then we have to see what the reaction is once it gets there. Okay, does it blast through there? Does it come down? Whatever the situation is, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so again, what you want to do on a downside here, again, just watch that 8 days. As long as we're holding that 8 days, we got a sideways to up action. As long as we hold that 8 day, and your big target there is going to be that 490. Again, if we look here on the weekly chart, we have this basically big consolidation, and then once she rips, Dater Chip, she's going to be gone. Okay, once you have that 490 level, we can rip this thing all the way on up here, maybe even to that 10 mark if the weather and everything kind of cooperates. But again, be a little bit patient. So I do the UNG for long. I'm not trading anything on the short side as long as this 8 day is holding. Now we start losing that 8 day on a closing basis, then we could probably do a short ski down to that 21 day. But this time of the year, I think we got a long on the natural gas here, at least till the end of November. November to December kind of a situation here. Okay, so just be very cautious. Now, again, what we have here, you can see how nice it's rallying up here on the weekly, and you can see how the 8 days crossing over everything. This is a very nice, very bullish chart, and the key is going to be that 490. We crack that sideways action. We crack that. We got nothing but just upside potential. All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, Friday, TGIF, and we'll do it all over again. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.